Te'o. They said Te'o. Has anyone done that yet? Come on, that's a pretty obvious one. Welcome into the Sporting News Studios. I'm Tom Vandervoort here to talk about Manti Te'o with our columnist David Whitley. Now, David, you just got done watching the Katie Couric Manti Te'o interview. What is your big takeaway that you saw there, sir?
I'm sorry, Tom. I need some Kleenex. Forgive me. They did have the Kleenex moment in there where Manti welled up with his parents, and it sort of got to me. So I'm trying to get myself back together. But as I said, it made for really good TV. And, in this day and age, that's all that really matters. I wrote last week that I thought this was the most overblown controversy ever, just from the actual ramifications it has on anything, because it really doesn't. But it's just good cotton candy. But since I was wallowing in it, I guess I got to say, I sort of believe the kid. I just don't think that he is that conniving. I think he's gullible and naive. And he got caught up in something, and he didn't know what to do about it. And you can just go by your gut feeling when you see somebody like that, and that's my gut feeling on him.
Yeah, I have to say, this certainly didn't seem very conniving. If you're an NFL scout or an NFL general manager and you watch this thing, what do you think about it afterwards from that standpoint?
Oh, I think that they're as bemused as all of us. I think this whole thing about his draft stock dropping and people being panicky and the fact they're going to have to give him all sorts of psychological tests and that's so overwhelming. I mean, in the NFL, you've got guys who've been convicted of manslaughter who are playing, and so if a guy can play, he will be drafted. I don't think this is going to affect his NFL status at all, other than a lot of jokes that he's going to have to endure in the locker room.
Now, are there any remaining questions after we've gone through all this? Is there anything that you would still want to ask Manti Te'o after all we've seen?
I got to give Katie credit. She went down the whole laundry list right up to the $64 million question. That every football player loves to be asked. Manti, are you gay? So, and when she asked that, I sort of realized we really entered the twilight zone in this whole thing, and it's sort of a commentary on where we've come as a social networking media society. Because I think, can you imagine if this were 30 years ago, and whoever the Katie Couric would have been asking Dick Butkus coming out of Illinois, are you gay? It would just be laughable. But the whole thing, other than the embarrassment it's caused him, it just strikes me as a big joke, and unfortunately the joke is on him. Next time you get a phone call from someone saying being a woman, ask for at least 3 references first. There's some pretty good female impersonators out there these days.
Apparently so. Hey, listen, David, thanks again for your time. And maybe that we're talking about this next week. I don't know. So make sure you keep your wits about you.
All right, Tom. See you later.